Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to pop in and say hello to you. I'm actually on the campus of Indiana University right now. My wife and I met here 30 years ago, and so we do a pilgrimage to the campus. We try to do once a year, but we haven't been here for a couple of years. But this is important. This is our 30-year friendship anniversary. This is the first day I laid eyes on her, literally a few hundred feet from exactly where I'm standing. And so it's a very special place for both of us. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Be having a great day. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a yes if you can hear me. Hey, Yoshika, good morning to you. Am I coming through okay? I don't know what the Wi Fi signal's like. Hey, Adwoa, how are you? Adwoa Essentials, good to see you. And just a reminder, I'm going to be in Los Angeles. Uh-oh, someone said no sound. Is there sound? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, okay. So let's see. KB says no sound. So everybody tell KB that maybe he's got to turn his volume up or her volume up. So anyway, all right. So let's hop into this. This is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. And don't forget, I'll be in Los Angeles on the 8th and the 9th of September. So if you'd like to join us for LA for a Black Wealth training camp in just a few days, feel free to do that. I'm going to tailor it for those that have a skill or talent and you'd like to find some way to monetize that or build a platform around that or connect with customers, things like that. That's something we've been able to do to build the Black Business School. So I'm going to kind of reveal that secret sauce during those 2 days. So feel free to join us. Go to boycewatkins.com. That's where the information is. All right. So here we go. So here's the thing that got my attention this morning. Apparently, there is a massive rise in the number of frauds, fraudulent scandals, if you want to call it, or basically people doing phishing schemes to get money out of people's bank accounts. I think that the rise since 2019 is about 20-fold, literally 20-fold rise in the attempts to defraud individuals by getting into their accounts. Various forms of hacking, particularly hacking you, not just hacking the computer, but hacking you directly. I don't know. Give me a yes if anybody else has gone through this. Has anybody else gotten like these text messages that are from nobody, like out of nowhere? And this person doesn't know you. They literally randomly got your number, or they took it off a database, and they're like texting you, or it's like some lady. For me, I'll get some message from a lady saying, "Hey, John, I can't wait to see you tonight," or something like that. And then one time I kind of messed around and text back and I said, "I'm sorry, this isn't John." And she was like, "Oh, well, who is this?" And I was like, "Oh, my name is Joe." And I'm like, "So what, who are you?" And she said, "Oh, my name's Tiffany. I'm looking for a friend that can show me around this." Like, the dumbest stuff. So anyway, these scams are growing like astronomically, and they're getting more and more sophisticated, and they're going to get crazier as AI becomes better. They said literally that AI will become so advanced in the next couple of years that you might get a voice message from your boss, like voice face message. Your boss might FaceTime you and tell you what to do, like through FaceTime, like the same way I'm looking at you and talking to you now. I guess in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you won't even know if it's me. You'll think you might think it's me, but it could be somebody else. I hope it doesn't get that bad because I don't even know how to counter that. I've already got literally hundreds of scam accounts that pop up on TikTok and Instagram and everything else that's reaching out to people in their inboxes and asking them to give to some crypto site that I don't even know about, and so just in case you're wondering, like if you ever get a message directly, if I'm ever DMing you, just know that ain't me. I'm not creeping up in nobody's DMs. If I DM you, it's because we talked about it and I've been invited. It's not because I'm trying to somehow openly solicit connections with people so I can get them to invest in crypto. Okay. So anyway, what these bank scams are doing is they're getting slicker and slicker. They'll send you messages. By the way, this is the campus. In case you want to know, Indiana University is a beautiful campus, and this is where I met my lovely wife. So that's why we're coming back. It's very nostalgic for me. Really, I have a tremendous emotional attachment. Like my wife really is my soulmate. Like and it's funny. Like with marriage and stuff, you never know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know for sure like that we would never ever like get divorced because people it happens. But either way, like I told her, I said you're my soulmate regardless. When I met her, the first day I met my wife, I kid you not, it was like we already knew each other. It was like we knew each other in a previous life. Like I literally, like she felt the same way. She was like, I saw you, and I was like, oh, there's my friend. There he is. There he is. I've been waiting for him. And I felt the same way. I mean, I wrote about it in my journal that day. Anyway, I just, so if you talk about things that just can't be explained by science, that connection with my wife is in that category. Like when I met that lady, I said, Lord, I know her. You know, it was really weird. And even though we were friends for a long time, we didn't actually get together. Honestly, if I had asked her out back then, I don't know if it would have worked because I wasn't ready to be married. I was too young. And, I was young. I was in my 20s. I wasn't trying to get married or anything like that. But still, though, even as friends, it was a very meaningful connection. So, anyway, let me get back to it. So with this banking stuff, basically they said that they will text you. They said that if you're getting a message from your bank and you feel any pressure, like if they're putting any pressure on you, like you got to respond right away, you got to call this number right away, you got to click this link right away. They said that's a telltale sign that there's a problem, that it could be a scam. One thing that they said is they said your bank will never pressure you. Your bank will never put that kind of heat on you to get you to respond. I know my bank, whenever something goes wrong, they'll just text me and say, is this your transaction? Give us a yes or no. And I'll give a yes or a no. And they also said that if they give you a phone number or give you a link inside the text message, don't call that number, don't click on that link, go inside the app of the bank. And that way you can find it. In fact, I know a guy who, a poor man, he was 91 years old. He had $2 million worth of crypto. And he went looking for the Coinbase. His crypto disappeared. Like $2 million worth of crypto all disappeared off Coinbase. So he looked for the Coinbase customer service number. Somebody had created a fake site with Coinbase customer service on the site. He called that number and they got all $2 million of his crypto out of his account. And so basically, and the thing is that, with crypto, you can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's very hard for them to get it back. So this poor man lost $2 million of the crypto, even though he did the right thing. He went to the internet and looked for the customer service number, and the scammers had gotten that good at that. So I want you to be really careful with that. They also said that what else? They said that if it does happen to you, of course, you can reach out to your bank. Most banks will give you the money back. They said file a police report if it's a significant amount of money. Also companies like American Express are very good at taking care of the customer. In fact, a lot of businesses don't take American Express because they are so quick to give the customers their money back. So American Express is a very customer friendly company. That's why I use my American Express card a lot, because I know that I'm not going to have a problem with the transaction. I just call them, they give me the money back. C-Dub says two-factor all your accounts. That's another good way to do it. Ultimately, apparently this stuff is getting more and more sophisticated, and they said most of the phishing is happening just with random text messages and stuff like that. So anyway, by the way, if you have any questions for me about anything, I can sit here and answer a couple questions before I head back. My wife is still asleep, but I got up a little bit early to come out, and it's a beautiful day, and I love this campus, and I have a lot of memories here. I had a tough time when I was at Indiana University. I had just started working on my PhD, and I didn't know, and the work was too hard. I didn't, I had to take high level theoretical mathematics, and I hadn't even taken calculus one. I'd taken business calculus, which isn't real calculus, and I literally found myself in a class called real analysis. And if you feel free to look it up, real analysis is the class that math PhD students take when in their first year. It's like it's so weird, the math, that it doesn't even feel like math. It's literally like they'll literally in this class they'll literally ask you to prove things like prove that that one is greater than zero, right? Like literally, they'll be like, prove that, and you'll be like, it just is. They'll be like, no, 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 you have to mathematically prove that, or prove that there is no number that is so high that there isn't a number higher than that number, right? And you have to literally write a mathematical proof to prove that that you can always keep going up, that the numbers don't stop, that there's not like some gigantic number where there's no number higher than that number. So it was the craziest experience. It was really hard, very stressful. I was super depressed. One day my mother called me, and I was in bed till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she said, "You still in the bed?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Mom, I can't do this. Like this is too hard." And I remember how depressed I was. But what got me going was I read Michael Jordan's book. I read Michael Jordan's book when I was 22 years old, and in this book he talked about having the mindset of a champion and how he thinks, and he talked about living according to a philosophy of excellence. That's what he did in basketball. He also said things like, if you if you stop growing, you start dying. He said a tree that stops growing, it just flails in the wind and eventually it dies. He said, so when you stop growing, you start dying. So you got to always keep growing, keep learning new things. I've told you guys about my journey. I'm learning how to become an airplane pilot, which is completely rewiring my brain. But it's it's wonderful. It's teaching me to think on a higher level. It's teaching me to be more structured, more detail oriented. It's giving me something to think about other than silly BS that people might bring to my desk, right? So keep growing. The other thing too, and let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if I'm still coming through. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm not talking to myself. But the other thing that he said in his book that I thought was interesting was he said that whenever you have a weakness, you should work on your weakness until it becomes your greatest strength. And in Michael Jordan's career, anybody that knows his career that followed him knows that this man, first of all, he makes more money now than he ever did as a basketball player. I don't know if you know, he's worth about $3.5 billion. His shoes are more relevant than they were even in the 1980s, back when kids like me were buying those shoes. Now kids are still buying those shoes. It's the craziest thing. And also, he people used to think he could never win a championship. People used to think that, he couldn't shoot well enough, he didn't play good enough defense, he was too much of a ball hog. And every time they gave him a criticism, he would just fix it. When they said he wasn't strong enough, he became one of the strongest players in the NBA. When they said his jump shot wasn't good enough, he got one of the best jump shots in the NBA. When they said his defense wasn't good enough, he became defensive player of the year. When they said he didn't pass the ball enough, he literally became the assist leader in the NBA, the best passer in the NBA. I mean, this man, his career was awesome. And I tell you what, I owe it to Michael Jordan. I have to tell Larry Miller that because I actually happen to be friends with Larry Miller, who was the he just retired as the CEO of the Jordan brand. He's actually the chairman of the board now. Larry's the guy that took Air Jordans from here to up to here. Larry actually joined us at the last All Black National Convention, which by the way, it's going to be this year. It's going to be October 20th in Atlanta. So you can go to allblacknationalconvention.com if you'd like to join us. But anyway, but that book like really it motivated me, and that's what led me to leave Indiana University when I was here years ago to go back to the University of Kentucky. I said, okay, my weakness is math and statistics. I'm going to go study math and statistics so much that it's going to become my greatest strength. And that's what I did. I spent 3 years doing nothing but studying math and statistics. It was hard. It took a lot of patience, but I wanted to lay a foundation so that I would be on top of my game for the rest of my life. So keep that persistence. Just know that the victory may not come very soon. It's not going to come around the corner. It's not going to come easy. It can suck. It can feel like you're walking across the desert, and you keep walking and you're walking consistently and you're walking fast, but there's still more desert. But you have to sort of have some sort of long-term vision where you just know if I keep walking, I have to eventually get out of this desert. If I keep walking, eventually I got to get somewhere. I got to get to my destination. I'll cover I'll cover my miles, but it doesn't happen quickly. So being motivated is one part of success, but you really want to have the discipline to continue with your strategy, your policy, or your agenda until you get what you want. Okay, so learn that, and that's a huge part of being successful. All right, so anyway, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also, my new book is called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. You can get a copy of the book at my website, boycewatkins.com. And you can even get an autograph copy if you go to my bookstore and you type autograph in there. I can sign it and send it to you. Also, I'll be in Los Angeles on the 8th and the 9th in the next few days doing a 2-day Black Wealth Training Camp. We're going to talk basically about how to build an international brand on the internet, even when you don't have a lot of money. So basically, I'm going to talk to you about how I started everything that I do with no money. I had a job, but I didn't have any support. I got no funding. In fact, I did such a good job that people actually gave me a compliment. There were conspiracy theories that I was being secretly funded by the Jews, and that made me think, okay, I must be doing something right because my platform's so strong that people literally think that some white man magically came up and gave me a bunch of money. That did not happen. That didn't. I wish somebody had helped, but yeah, but we did this, and I don't talk about it much because I don't like to brag, and all this stuff brings negative attention, weird attention. But we've been able to employ lots and lots of Black people. We've been able to pour millions of dollars into the Black community. We were able to single-handedly step up and probably be the greatest supporter ever of Dr. Claude Anderson and the Powernomics Institute and or the Harvest Institute and the Powernomics Corporation. He told me a lot that a lot of celebrities call him and they don't understand the importance of putting their money where their mouth is. They'll tell him they love Powernomics, but they don't write a check, and I really believe, and if they do write, if anybody does write a check, it's a tiny check when it comes to black stuff. We wrote big checks to Dr. Anderson. We hundreds of thousands of dollars. We did everything to support him. We supported black schools. We gave money to King Randall School. We gave money to Freedom Home Academy International. So we've been able to really do a lot of good, I believe. And not to mention that we taught over 10 million people how to buy their first share of stock, which is pretty massive. I wrote my dissertation on the stock market, so it was very easy for me to do that. So long story short, that's what I'm going to do. And in LA, I'm going to kind of break down that process, what I'm thinking when I do it. And if you want to join us, feel free. And I want to do that in LA this one time because people in LA, we have a lot of talented black people in LA who can't get the jobs they deserve. It's almost insulting that our most talented black men and most talented black women, our hardest working black men and black women that are in LA are sitting around begging these studios to hire them. They're begging these studios for an opportunity. They're begging these studios to give them a chance to shine and to show their talent. And my thing that I'm saying to them is, man, you got the whole internet out here. You got the whole world at your palm, at your fingertips, and you sit around waiting for Disney or Netflix or MGM to sign you to a deal. They may never come around. They may never come and save you. So you have to save yourself. So I believe every person that goes into the entertainment space, and I'm doing this in LA because we have a lot of smart people who have skill and expertise. They have knowledge they want to share, maybe commentary and news show. They want to do whatever. And then we also have a lot of super talented people, actors, actresses, directors, writers, producers. And I don't think they understand their worth. So my goal is to help them to realize that. That's why I'm doing this specifically in LA. If I was in another city, I'd probably do something different. But in LA, I feel like there's a lot of wasted black talent, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of them taking our smartest black boys, making them all want to be basketball players and rappers. I'm sick and tired of them taking our most talented, hardest working actors and actresses and having them all sit around waiting for somebody to give them an opportunity. I don't like any of it. So anyway, my phone is acting weird. Oh, hold on. Hold on, my phone is acting very weird. I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but my phone just went mega dark. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let me see if I can turn the light up. I can't see nothing. Hold on. Let me see. Come on, phone. You know what? I think that's my cue to like go ahead and call it a day. So yeah, I can't find the right button. I don't know why it won't light up on its own. So anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I assume that you maybe can, maybe if you can't, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this. So by the way, so if you want to join us in LA, my website is boycewatkins.com. Also, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also on boycewatkins.com, there's a lot of free stuff, the $5 a day investing plan, things like that. So feel free to go take a look at that. I'm gonna figure out why my phone ain't working, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all later. Take care now. Peace. My phone, I guess this is what happens when you try to do a live stream and you don't charge your battery up properly. So my phone is completely dark, so I can't see y'all. So forgive me for looking kind of crazy right now, but I just want to come back in really quick and hope you have a great day. God bless you, and I'll check back in with you a little bit later. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.